Hello, beautiful people. Welcome, Soul Tribe. Welcome to the channel. This is the Out of the Blue Tarot in conjunction with Soul Tribe Weaving Paths, project that I'm very proud to belong to. Welcome to another reading. This is pick a group reading, and it's all going to be about what your dreams are trying to tell you. So for starters, I'm going to show you the three groups. Each card on top represents a dream that you might be having. So for starters, we have group number 1 with this card. And your tarot is the Healing Waves Tarot. And this is what the back of your deck looks like. Group number 2, you have this card. And your tarot is the Blue Ocean Tarot. Group number 3, you have this card. And your deck is the Yellow Dive Tarot. This is what the back of your deck looks like. So, bearing in mind that this is a collective reading, follow your intuition. See the 3 cards on top, and you will find a timestamp for your group in the description box. And I will see you later on in your reading. Hello, group 1. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen this card to represent your dream. You might be dreaming of bees, flowers, and mountains. And you have also chosen the Healing Waves Tarot. I'm going to put your tarot deck to the side, and we are going to start by unveiling your dream card and your oracle cards. So please, Spirit, for my dear group 1, what are their dreams trying to tell them? Oh, good. It's coming out fast. For my dear group 1, if you are curious as to what decks I use, you can always find a list of the decks in the description box below. Let's start by unveiling your oracle cards first. That's what I'm being called to. You start off with letting go. Resistance. This cycle has ended, and it's time to let go to experience new growth. It is vital to have closure and gratitude for the situation to make room for new things to enter. Go within to find what is holding you back. Change is necessary in the situation. Okay. You also have a higher power. Which is card number 4. Okay. You also have a nurturing heart, mother. I am a protective spirit and reach out to all life with love and compassion. Very interesting. Okay. So for starters, my dear group 1, and before I unveil your dream, for starters, what I see here is that you are being led by your higher self to protect yourself and to reach out to life with love and compassion by letting go of what has hindered you and to face the past as a new challenge and new growth, right? So try to express gratitude towards the world that is coming to you right now, because it's time to let go and move on. As I've said previously, you have a card full with flowers, sorry, with bees, with mountains and pink clouds. Let's see what your dream unveils. Trees, mountains, gardens. Because they are landscape features, trees in a dream may seem incidental, but they often refer to your spiritual and emotional development. Forests typically symbolize the unknown. They may reflect feelings of being lost or confused. If so, the way out is to trust your intuition, your higher power. Such a dream gives a clear sign you need to find inner strength, the mother card. And reconnect with what truly matters. The denser and gloomier the wood, the more urgently you need to move towards clarity and contentment. However, if the mood is of wonder or joy, the dream may point to the benefits of deeply exploring the mysteries of the self or of life itself. A mountain indicates a challenge you must overcome. The view of the valley below is the reward for persistence. Gardens refer to areas of potential growth in your life. Grass suggests a desire to be closer to nature or to your natural self. So, my dear group one, what a match made in heaven. So, what you have here is your higher power calling you to conserve a nurturing heart and to face obstacles in a lighter way, in a more loving way, in a more compassionate way. You might have faced challenges. You might have felt challenged. That's what I wanted to say. But letting go means allowing change to enter into your life. And that's exactly what you need to do right now. With this dream, you might have the obstacles, but there is plenty of room to grow and plenty of room to flourish. And the nurturing heart with the mother card here, I think that you are being called by a higher power to nurture yourself and to allow yourself to live life in a lighter way by letting go of the past, by letting go of pains and hurts, and by allowing yourself to be a part of community. Let us not forget that bees represent community, and bees are a highly developed society. They have their own communication pattern, they have their own hierarchy system, and so there is a sense of belonging here that you are lacking in your life, and you are being called upon to fulfill. Maybe you are being called into your soul tribe, and maybe your higher self, this higher power, is calling you out to face the truth around what has to be let go of and what has to be embraced and nurtured. But let's get some tarot cards to delve further into your reading. So for my dear pile, number one, their dreams, or this particular dream, what is the timeline and the narrative for this group for my dear group 1, please, Spirit. And we have the clear nest. Thank you. Okay. Sorry, it's the other way around. Okay, let's see what I have. So for starters, you have the 6 of fire, which is the 6 of wands. It's a card of victory, of accomplishment, of recognition. So you start off with a bang. Then you have the Ace of Water, which is the Ace of Cups. And I will go into that in a minute. Let me just check the rest of your cards so that I don't lose my thread here. You have the 9 of Pentacles. Wow. Okay. You have the Ace of Pentacles. Beautiful. And you have the 4 of Wands, which is, in this deck, is the 4 of fire. This deck is elemental, by the way. Even though it's all remnants of the sea, it's elemental in nature. So, as I was saying, the 6 of fire, which is the 6 of wands, is a card of victory. It's a card of savoring your recognition. You are being praised, you are being acclaimed, you are proud of yourself in a sense as well, because you have to realize that this dream is compelling you to step out of this comfort zone. Well, not comfort zone because it wasn't comfortable at all, but this position that you were put upon, and it's calling you out to step into the light, right? To recognize that there is further on to rely on and further on to live for, right? And it is followed by the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups represents the beginning of new feelings, right? It's an emotional awakening. And I recall that you have the nurturing heart here. And again, this letting go, the need to let go of something, embraces a new phase. So a phase of new feelings, right? And it's also a phase of a brand new way to face your spirituality and your intuition, right? And it's a new start for love, even if only for yourself, but it is a new start for love. And so you have to recognize, my dear group 1, that you are facing a brand new stage of your life. This dream is compelling you to take that leap of faith for this new stage of your life, in which love, genuinity, and transparency, and the right assessment of your feelings is being called upon. It is followed by the 9 of Pentacles, and the 9 of Pentacles obviously is a card of independence and success, and it's a card of freedom and wisdom and maturity, right? It's your independence. So even though you might even be meeting with a new group of people that will allow you to step into this brand new freedom of yours, you are stepping forward alone. And that's why you are so proud of yourself. That's why you're holding your head high, right? And you are savoring the abundance around you and being wise enough to step forward. And it's followed by the 8 of Pentacles, which is a card of expertise and mastery, but also of dedication and accomplishment. So you've gained the wisdom, but also the talent to position yourself in your new life. This is what your dream is telling you, that you will gain this new status, this new mastery of your feelings, that will enable you through your higher self to be more loving and compassionate, right? And to deliver yourself into a community with the bees here that might be uplifting for you. You end off with the Four of Wands. And the Four of Wands is a card of community again, of reunion, of homecoming, of gatherings, and the feeling of belonging. And I must point back to the bees in your dream card. Remember that the garden shows signs of thriving, right? And even though the mountains and the forests might seem as obstacles, they might be temples as well. And I'm going back here to your spirituality with the Ace of Cups, and particularly with the higher power. You might be facing the natural world as you're in a temple, right? And in this sense, all that your dream is showing you is that you are coming home. If you start following the dream and embracing the challenges that it brings, but also collecting the bountiful fruits that it's meant for you to collect, that are meant for you to collect, sorry. But let's clarify some of these cards for you, my dear group 1. So clarifying the Six of Fire, we have, this is a very unique card to this deck. It is the Letter card. So definitely here a message from Spirit for you. It's a message in a bottle. This dream is actually a big shout out for you, my dear group 1. Remember that the rainbows represent alliances between what is above and what is below. And so I think that this card, particularly with the victory card above, is a definite sign that Spirit is pointing out to the fact that you need to fulfill this dream of yours, and you need to understand it in order to manifest it in your life. Let's clarify the Ace of Water. Okay. You have the Ace of Air. Okay. Clarifying the Nine of Earth, which is the Nine of Pentacles. My God, no, it's too many, sorry. Clarifying the Nine of Earth. Okay, this one. Wow, another Ace, the Ace of Fire, which is the Ace of Wands. Okay, talk about new beginnings for you. Clarifying the Eight of Earth. You have the Tower card. Sorry. Okay, and clarifying the Four of Fire, you have the Queen of Water, which is the Queen of Cups. So, my dear group 1, let's see what we have here. What's the storyline for you? So the Letter card has already been talked about. The Ace of Water and the Ace of Air. It's very interesting because if the Ace of Water represents obviously new feelings, the Ace of Air represents clarity and a breakthrough, right? A brand new idea and a brand new vision. And it's about focusing and it's about truth. So you're facing your new feelings with a brand new truth. Maybe because you're not clouded, you're no longer clouded by your past experiences because you need to let go, right? And your past experiences will be dealt here with the Tower card. But Nine of Earth, clarified by the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is obviously a fiery nature, and it represents inspiration and creative streak, right? It's that spark that ignites you. And if I recall, this independence that we spoke about in the Nine of Earth is going to spark that new vitality in you, right? It's a new passion and it's enthusiasm and it's energy. And the mastery of all that you have dealt with will enable you to face the smaller challenges in a much lighter way, because then you have the Queen of Water. And the Queen of Cups, in this case, which is the Queen of Water, is all about being compassionate and warm. And what else are the oracle cards pointing to with this nurturing heart? It epitomizes the Queen of Water perfectly. I am a protective spirit and reach out to all life with love and compassion. This is the Queen of Cups. It's herself. It's kindness. It's intuition. It's healing. It's warmth, right? So in this sense, my dear group one, what I was trying to tell you is that this particular dream is pushing you towards a new way of being, a way that enables you to let go of the past, to listen closer to your higher self, to step away from all the troubles, all the bigger or the lesser problems that you might encounter in life, because you are stepping into a new version of yourself. It's a 2.0 version of yourself when it comes to dealing with feelings and emotions and intuitions. You will no longer be upset with the tiny details and the tiny setbacks that you might suffer in your day-to-day life, because you will be in this energy of community, of compassion, of warmth, and of listening to your intuition all along. This is a beautiful reading, my dear group one, and I'm very happy for you. I would just like to end your reading with a couple of cards, of advice. Attention. I am attentive to all that manifests within me. When negativity rises within me, I transform it into light, love, and hope. My love for others is unconditional. I forgive. My desire to improve is constant. I am firm, brave, and hardworking. What did I just tell you, my dear group one? You are stepping into a 2.0 version of yourself when it comes to feelings and when it comes to dealing with your own issues and the relationship with others. Can we please have one more card for my dear group one? Nope. Nope. Okay. Serenity. Wow. Everything comes up together, doesn't it? Serenity. Through love, release, and inner work, I know peace. I have a gentle view of life and welcome every step with confidence. I remain brave in the face of fear and have the wisdom to let the universe do its work. Yeah, with a higher power. And the Tower card here, you have the serenity to step over with this mastery, to step over the obstacles and face your life with a brand new bird's view over what is around you and what is within you. So, my dear group number one, this was your reading. I hope you liked it. Sorry. I'm sorry, I'm catching a cold. If you did like it, please give me a thumbs up. Share, comment, or subscribe the video. It's totally free. I'm sorry, subscribe the channel. It's totally free, as is this video. And I hope to see you in another reading. Bye. Just a shout out to my dear group one. As you have noticed, my throat got really blocked. And for me, this is a clear sign that you may be holding yourself back from speaking your truth and from facing the step that you need to face ahead. So, dear group one, this is a message that came through, and I wanted to deliver that for you. So, once again, I hope you liked the video. If you did like it, please give me a thumbs up, share, comment, or subscribe to the channel. And I will hope to see you in a further reading. Goodbye. Hello, group two. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen this card to represent your dream. And you have also chosen the Blue Ocean Tarot. But let's start by shuffling some oracle cards for you. So please, for my dear group two, what is their dream trying to show them? What is the hidden message? Oops, that's too many, sorry. What is the hidden message in this dream for my dear group two, please? It's this one, thank you. Sorry, my throat is a bit off tonight. My dear group two, please. What is their dream trying to convey? What message for my dear group two? What is the message for my dear group two? What is, okay, thank you. Let me just put this aside. We'll get into that in a minute. So you start off with old conditioning and the keyword release. And it says, it's time to release old conditioning and to step into a new way of being. The old story and past cycles of blame, shame, and guilt need to move out. Take inventory of what no longer resonates and what isn't your burden to carry. Unload what has been weighing you. Unload what has been weighing you down. Okay. So I need to let go of negative feelings that are burdening you, that are weighing you down. What else? You have Archangel Raphael. I invite Archangel Raphael to bring healing and knowledge into my life. Okay. You have between worlds, between light and shadow, at the crossroads. And see how the between worlds card and your dream card reflect the same idea, stepping from the shadow into the light. It's very interesting. Let's see what your dream card unveils for you, my dear group 2. Finding something valuable. Discovering something valuable, a hoard of antiquities, hidden treasure, or just modern banknotes suggests that in walking life, you might be on course to learn something important about yourself or about a situation or relationship. Finding something beautiful can have the same meaning even if the value isn't apparent. Consider the object's symbolic associations. If it's jewelry, that could indicate that you're looking for a way to the way to present yourself more confidently and attractively. If it's something historic, that could mean you're learning from the past. If what's found is mysterious, for example, an instrument whose purpose you don't know, you may need some radical change that will make life clearer. Other people finding something valuable suggest that you may need to reach out to others and ask for help. If you give a found object away to someone else, maybe you aren't valuing your own talents enough. Very interesting. I'm just going to show it one more time. Okay. So, my dear group 2, what a story here. So, with the old conditioning and the release keywords, I think that you have been holding on to a past, but with a negative streak, so to speak. And what your dream is showing you is that you should open the treasure chest and step into the light, because you are stuck between worlds, right? Between perhaps a very anxious part of you and a very hopeful part of you. Perhaps a very negative part of you and a very optimistic part of you. There's a challenge between despair and hope, between darkness and light. This is what your dream is showing you right off the bat. And if you dare call upon a higher power, in this case, what is recommended by the oracle is Archangel Raphael, it will bring you healing, it will bring you knowledge, and that will be the light in your life. Again, one more card showing that life emerges from darkness, right? And even the old conditioning and the release keyword, it depicts a house in ruins. So you're oscillating between two stances, and your dream is showing you that you should interpret whatever is in your chest in order to move forward with confidence. You need to allow yourself to bring light into darkness. But let's get your tarot cards to have a clearer notion of this timeline. So please, for my dear group 2, what is their dream trying to convey? No. So let's see. You start off with the King of Pentacles. Then you have the Five of Cups. You have the Four of Swords. You have the Knight of Swords. And you finish off with the World card. Okay, let me think about it and have a sip of my tea. So, King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles represents someone who is abundant and prosperous, who is secure and ambitious, who is safe, who is the provider. In some way, my dear group 2, you might have been, and I'm sorry if this triggers you, you might have been parentified in some way. And so you had to take a lot of responsibility from a younger age. And perhaps this is why your chest remains to be open, right? Because you have been the provider of so many people. And if only just one, this was a role that was given to you from an early stage in your life. And I think that this may have caused some negative feelings towards yourself and towards the way the world treated you. Because then you have the Five of Cups, and the Five of Cups is a card that points out to loss and grief. Yeah, this is a bit harsh, my dear group 2, but I need to tell you as I receive it. I'm not going to sugarcoat you. You might have lost people in your life. You might have lost opportunities in your life. You might have even succumbed to people-pleasing tendencies. And this has brought you to feeling disconnected and melancholic. And that's why you have the Between Worlds card. I feel that this group, again, is oscillating between what their higher self is calling them out to do and calling them out to show, and this remnants of the past that was perhaps a bit difficult and even challenging and hindering. Because then you have the Four of Swords, and the Four of Swords is a card that suggests that you are at a standstill. It's a card of sanctuary, recuperation, and self-protection, right? There is this need to rejuvenate and to recover from things past. Then you have the Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords is a card that talks to us about being assertive and direct and intellectual and daring. Just look at his stance, right? He's like going forward, full motion. So what your dream is telling you is that once you have the courage to open that chest, to unveil the light that resides within you, then you will get the world. And the world is a card of completion. The world is a card of elation. The world is a card of success, achievement, right? And fulfillment. But it's also a card of wholeness and belonging. And this, my dear group two, is something that I think you have been lacking, the sense of belonging, because you've been in between all along, between darkness and light, between being the child and being the parent, between being the lover and being the mother or father figure, between being the teacher whilst trying to learn at the same time, between being the provider and the one needing to be fed, to be nourished. But let's get some clarification cards for you, my dear group two. My heart goes out to you. If this resonates with you, my heart goes out to you. Let's clarify the King of Pentacles, please. Clarifying, okay. You have the Ace of Wands. A fire and new spark comes out if you dare to open the chest. Clarifying the Five of Cups, please. Clarifying, okay. You have the King of Swords. Wow. Going right to the action. We'll talk about that later on. Let's clarify the Four of Swords. You have the Ace of Pentacles. Yes. From inactivity to motion. Clarifying the Knight of Swords. The Nine of Wands. Okay. Clarifying the world. Oh my goodness. If ever the world needs to be clarified. Clarifying the world. You have the Nine of Swords. Yes, you need to let go of these. You need to let go of these old conditioning thoughts. You really need to do that, my dear group. Number two. So, Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is a new spark. Okay, this father figure that you uphold towards everyone may give you that ignition, but it doesn't give you everything, because then you get the sense that you lost something. And to fight that sense of loss, your King of Cups is telling you that you should be structured, that you should be upholding a routine, that you should be logical and rational, all right? And that you should talk, but really talk as in a serious conversation with the people that are hindering you from stepping from darkness into light. You need to solve your matters, and you need to solve your matters with a polite conversation, but a polite conversation in which you are telling in a very structured manner, right? That in a very honest manner what you truly are, which is the light and not the darkness. Four of Swords is clarified by the Ace of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles is all about new opportunities. So whereas you were just letting things go by, you needed to heal yourself and rest from all this exhaustion that comes from the past, there's a new beginning up for you, a new beginning with prosperity and security and stability, which in fact is what you actually represented towards everyone else but yourself. So it's time to step in from that father figure onto onto yourself. You need to protect yourself, to balance yourself, to give yourself a chance. Okay? The Knight of Swords is clarified by the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands. Yes, I was a bit off now. The Nine of Wands is about being the last stand. You are going full mode. If you face the darkness, you are going full mode ahead. And you are going within the spirit that you will be your last defense. No one else will persist as harder as you. So this is a very combative attitude. This is being very blunt. This is being very forthgoing, right? And this is not like this is not a passive action. This is an active action, right? So once you step out from darkness into the light, there's no stopping you, right? Because then you have the world. The only thing that might stop you, my dear group 2, is unfortunately this Nine of Swords, because the Nine of Swords represents fear and anxiety. So what your reading is advising you to do is not to relinquish or not to give in, to be more specific, not to give in to your anxieties and fears, because these fears, which are old conditioning, cannot cast a shade into your future. This is what your dream is telling you. Do not let the darkness into your future, because your future is crowned with light. Through your persistence, through your perseverance, through your effort. It is you standing alone, defending yourself, as uncomfortable that might seem to others. You know this is your way. This is the way of the hero. I recalled myself of the legend of Cocoan, the Celtic hero. He had to face his fears alone, and through his efforts, as all heroes by that fact, uh, through their efforts, they have been divinized, right? So they have leapt from their human condition into a more divine condition. And this is what some traditions refer to as speaking to their higher selves, or conversations with the holy guardian angel, or whatever you might call it. In several traditions, there is this stepping point where a person reaches that almost death, in which the ego disappears and dissipates, and from the darkness of the ego arises the light of the higher self. This is what your dream is calling you to do, through healing and through persistence, my dear group 2. And this is a beautiful reading. I would just like to get some advice for you before I leave you. So for my dear group 2, success. Beautiful. I grow and thrive in the universe. I discover the purity of my heart and the higher wisdom that guides me towards victory. I direct my thoughts towards clarity and nurture wisdom, love, and goodness within me. I am free now. I succeed in my life. Yes, you need to set yourself free from your boundaries, from the boundaries of your past, from the darkness into light. Let's get one more card for my dear group 2. Affirmation. I listen to myself and acknowledge my needs. I assert myself and retain my power. I am brave and gentle. I don't have to be afraid of others. I respect myself and am respected by others. Yes, indeed, this lesson from the past has led you to this heroic path in your journey, my dear group 2. And I'm so looking forward for your comments once you reach this point. I'm so happy for you. Amidst all the troubles, amidst all the trials that you had to suffer, you have emerged stronger. Dare you only to open the treasure chest, and success will be yours. So, my dear group 2, this was your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give me a thumbs up, share, comment, or subscribe the channel. It's totally free, as are these videos, and I hope to see you in a further reading. Goodbye. Group 3, welcome to your reading. You have chosen this dream card. And also the unpronounceable Korean deck, which I read as Dive Tarot. I'm going to start by shuffling some oracle cards. If you are curious as to know which decks I use, you can find a list of the decks in the description box below. So, for my dear group 3, what are their dreams, or their dream, revealing to them right now? Oops, okay. I have to take them both. Okay, thank you. So let's start by seeing what your oracle cards are. Ooh, you have Clean It Up. And it's card number 21. Okay. See about that. What else have you got? You have Distorted View with the keyword perspective. I'm going to read this out to you. A change in perspective is needed to view you or the situation with compassion. The root care of pain is often associated with how you may view yourself or the situation from a wounded place. Choosing to heal, this brings the broken pieces back together to create a healthy viewpoint. Clean it up, a distorted view, the need to heal yourself, mend broken pieces, change your perspective of how you see yourself. Interesting. You also have intuition wisdom. With the keyword gifts. Honor your innate ability to see psychically and trust your gut feelings. Trust your guidance and the vibrations you feel. When you truly step into your abilities, all of your senses rush in. Look into expanding your gifts by taking classes, diary, meditating, and listen to your inner voice. Okay. You also have balance. I understand and embrace the opposing forces in life that bring about balance. Hmm. Hmm. Let's find out about your dream. You see how his head grows bigger with all these troubles. There's lots of icons here. There's a house, there's mail, there's location, inverted commas, contacts, hearts, a calendar, messages, shopping, lots of things. Okay, social media, obviously. Okay. Online communication is an inescapable part of modern life. So it isn't surprising that many of us dream about Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or the like, or communicating via messenger apps. In general, these kinds of dreams suggest a desire to expand your online network or to either reconnect with people from your past or seek out new horizons. If you dream of changing your profile photo or page, this indicates that you want to control the way other people see you, or may already be doing so. If you find yourself sending you seamlessly or being directed to the same web page repeatedly, perhaps you're spending too much time online. Gaming, likes, or new outline followers may reflect a feeling that you are worthy of others' approval, whereas losing friends or followers may indicate that you can't or won't conform to the expectations placed upon you by friends, family, or society. So, I see a dilemma here. I see social media with its ups and its downs. I see the need to clean up. I see the need to clear a distorted view. I see the need to find some balance in your life. And I see the need to find a reconnection with your intuition and your inner knowledge. So perhaps, my dear group 3, you are in desperate need of immediate detox. Perhaps you have been paying attention to what's on the outside and not what's in the inside. And this is a shout out for you to clean your mind, clean your points of view. I'm sorry, I had to cough. Clean your mindset. There is something here that is pointing out to a certain apathy in your life, something that you need to balance. It is almost as if you were going into an addictive path. And what your dream is showing you is that you might be seeing things in a distorted way because you do not listen to your intuition. Why would you wish to listen to haters more than you would to people who praise you? Why would you expose yourself to certain comments when you really don't need them? These are provoking thoughts for you, my dear group 3. But let's have a look at your tarot and see what comes about. So for my dear group 3, oopsie. My dear group 3, your cards are flying off the deck. There is some urgency here from Spirit to convey a message. That's what I'm feeling. Okay. Let's see what you have. My throat is a bit sore. I'm so sorry for that. So you start off with the 2 of Wands. Okay. Then you have the Hermit. It is followed by the Empress. Then you have the Nine of Wands. And you have the King of Pentacles. Right. Very interesting, my dear group 3. Okay. 2 of Wands. The 2 of Wands represents decisions, right? You have 2 paths to choose from, and you need to make a decision. You need to plan, and you need to detach from the result in order to get what you have, what you want. Again, with the cards that were explained to you previously, I think that you may struggle with some issues about acceptance. And these issues might have caused you to isolate yourself. The fact that we hope for others to accept us just the way we are is just a mere expectation. Either you step into your power with the Emperor's card here, or you will be feeling isolated all along. And you are balancing in this decision whether to expose yourself or hide yourself with the social media card here. The thing is, my dear group 3, you are forgetting that the power is within you. The power is within you, and with this 9 of Wands, just look at this depiction. The girl seems to be left on the floor with a slap on her face. She's the only one standing for herself. The person behind her has already left, right? Turning their back. And so she's the only one sticking up for herself. And when it comes after an Empress, my dear group 3, what I'm seeing here is that you need to step into your divine feminine power in order to be your best defense. It doesn't matter what others might think, what others might say, what others might speculate towards you. It is within you that the power resides. It is within you that the abundance resides. And it is within you that your self-acceptance resides. And with this King of Pentacles here, the King of Pentacles is all about abundance and prosperity, right? And it's about being reliable, being sensual, being ambitious. So again, the power is within you, and you should clean up your ideas about pleasing others that doesn't suit you. That's what your dream is calling you to do. The social media trick is just an example. This might be even happening in your day-to-day life, in your face-to-face life. It doesn't have to be only through social media, but what people write and what people say may never hinder you to the point that you should forget your own inner power, your own inner abundance, your own ability to stand up for yourself and to speak up for yourself, because no one else will. You have to own it. You have to own it. And you don't have to do that by deciding whether to be outspoken or hidden. You don't have to make that decision as long as you step into your power. Because whatever everyone might say, to the haters and trolls of this world, I sent you lots of healing energy. You have your own problems to deal with. You don't need our opinions, right? Just remove the comments. Step into your power. Have a laugh on it. Why not? Okay, let's clarify these cards. Clarifying the Two of Wands, we have the Three of Wands, okay, looking for further horizons. Clarifying the Hermit, you have the Ace of Cups. Yes, don't hide yourself. There is new emotions on the way for you. My goodness. Clarifying the Empress. Clarifying the oh my god. You have the Eight of Pentacles, okay? Yeah, you have the dexterity to make it. You have the skills, you have the ability, you have the mastery. Whatever you have been doing on social media, my dear Group 3, I'm telling you, there are no evil comments that can put you down if you want to, if you step into your Empress power. Clarifying the Nine of Wands, you have the Queen of Swords. Oh yes, you're in charge. You are in charge. You are assertive. There's no messing with you. You are your last stand, but you are doing it in style. If you step into your power, there's no way malicious comments or malicious opinions about yourself will hinder you. Let's clarify the King of Pentacles. Okay. I have the Page of Swords. How sweet. Okay. So, I was already talking about this, but let's just go a bit further. Sorry, my throat is awful today. Don't know what's wrong with me. Hope I'm not catching something. So the Three of Wands, it's about momentum and confidence. So whereas there was indecision, now there is expansion and growth and foresight. And I mean, followed by the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is about new feelings and being emotional and being awakened, right? Being creative and spiritual and intuitive. Once you step into your Empress power, you have the Eight of Pentacles, which I told you before is a card of expertise and mastery and commitment and dedication. So whatever has been putting you down, don't muster over it. Don't ruminate over it. Just step over it and do whatever you want. Do a social media detox, but do not give up on your dreams. Do not isolate yourself, because there are new relationships coming into your life, and might have had really healing ones, right? But this step from your dream, depending on what the dream may be actually, but I mean, I'm just assuming it's social media, right? And if you've been thinking about it, Then once you decide to step out of your hermit mode and into your empress mode, then I mean it's the Nine of Wands, like you're the last stand clarified by the Queen of Swords. And I mean the Queen of Swords, she's just, I mean, I'm saying she, but this is not gender related. She's so honest, so independent, so fair and constructive and objective. She won't have any of that BS from malicious comments. She's just, look at her, she's just so glamorous. It's Audrey Hepburn, right, at breakfast at Tiffany's. She's like, oh, gazing away. I don't even care if you said it. And you shrug it off with a smile, right? And then the King of Pentacles is clarified by the Page of Swords. And the Page of Swords is the patience needed, right? But it's about planning as well. And just see how she tends the rose, right? She's protective and guarded, but in a fair, inquisitive and curious way. So again, my dear group 3, if you clean up your ideas, just remove all those negative thoughts and distorted views that you have about yourself and the way you wish others to see you, then you will step into your power. And there's no one who can take that away from you. Okay? This is a beautiful reading, my dear group 3. I would just like to get some advice for you. So for my dear group 3, can we please, that's too many, can we please have some guidance? Okay. You have belief. I believe in myself. Wow, what was I just saying? The beauty of life and the goodness of God. Thus, I have the power to fulfill my dreams. The will of the Almighty supports me. My life is showered in divine light, and my heart opens to the power of the universe. Exactly. How beautiful is this, my dear group 3? Let's get one more. Okay. Freedom. Clean up. Freedom. I realize my wounds create doubt, resentment, and guilt. So I work to free myself of darkness. I cast off negative thoughts, find peace in my heart, and discover the being of light within me. Definitely, you need to step into this Empress powerful thing that you have going on and just release all the nonsense that social media may throw at you, because you do have the power, my dear group 3. And my dear group 3, this was a reading. I hope you liked it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, share, comment, or subscribe to the channel. It's totally free, as are these readings. And I hope to see you in a further reading. Goodbye.